said on Friday, which if that doesn't happen, he will have to appear virtually or in person. He has indicated that if it goes forward, he would appear virtually. This is after the news conference at Mar-a-Lago yesterday that made several headlines, including Trump talking about merging the United States and Canada. And he also said if Mexico doesn't stop the millions of people crossing our border illegally, he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico. Listen to this.
We're going to be changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful nice. But the Gulf of America.
Hey, Giggles, what's going on? Good morning.
Response to Trump's suggestion of the United States-Canada merger, Canada's Conservative Party responded.
Little Amalora.
Trump also says the U.S. needs the Panama Canal and Greenland for national.
Good morning, Neil.
Make that happen. This morning, Germany is reacting to the government's spokesperson saying borders must not be enforced. It's also this.
I'm gonna pick some peanuts real quick.
Also they've made a lot of progress. He's heading back to the Middle East today, and they're hopeful that a deal will be completed by the time President-elect Trump takes back the White House. Send back to you.
Yeah, that's a couple of weeks to get that done. Thanks so much, Nate. Appreciate it. All right, let's go to the other coast. Let's go right to those California wildfires. The steward is the public service officer for the LA County Fire Department. She joins us right now live. Margaret, thank you very much for joining us. We're hearing stories there could be a fourth wildfire popping up in the last hour or so there in your neck of the woods.
So first, I just have to clarify with Los Angeles City Fire Department, and we have two active brush fires within the city boundaries. We have the Palisades Fire, which we've been on since yesterday, 10:30 in the morning, and then we have a Hearst Fire, which is up in the Stillmar part of the valley, which was from about 10 p.m. last night.
Okay. So what would you say is the state of the city that you're in charge of right now? Because we have 0% contained. Do you still feel that way?
That is correct. You have to understand we are in wind conditions. We have winds sustained and gusting over 80 miles per hour with the hurricane force. It is not possible to stop a fire that is wind driven like this with this kind of topography on the ground. We need to be able to fly our aircraft. Our helicopters cannot fly under this wind condition. They're continually evaluating it. Unfortunately, the winds are not forecasted.
I'm back. Nobody here yet? Well, a few people. Frank's here. Giggles is here. Waypoint. How you doing? As soon as I get somebody in here, I gotta shoot up to the credit union and make a deposit. I got a little bit overdrawn on my checking account. The numbers weren't adding up, but the auto pays bulked up early, so. So Brian, what's new with you? Anything? We're pretty much the same as usual. Yeah, we're a little bit early. It's 8:49. And,
It's the fire. And it's tested brush, but it's not somewhere that firefighters can get on the ground. So
the,
strategically placed at home that we can defend, protect the fire, as well as protect lives.
hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hi, Paul. Fine, thank you. You've not tagged the link.
Yeah, now that you're here, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else joins you, and then if not,
Yeah.
Mark, I'm gonna run up to the credit union real fast and give them some cash. I was sitting on the cash thinking that my account was just fine, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 all of these auto pays hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at the beginning of the month.
Because I went early this morning because we're supposed to get snow today. I went early this morning to get gas, get the car filled up and everything. And
Uh-huh. There was
and
nothing in it.
it got declined. No, it pumped set it's $8 and then stopped.
Oh, I see. So it actually gave you as much as you had in your account.
In my account. And so I go to the account
All right.
and it's minus $7.99 right now.
Yes, you better put some in it.
I've never had this happen before, and so it's just kind of unnerving.
Yeah. I don't know whether your banks are like ours and they charge you for going overdrawn without an agreement.
I don't know either. So that's why I want to get the cash put in there and then sort it out from there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here
You,
I've been carrying this cash around in my checkbook, you know, it's like, what the hell am I doing? You know, I should
yeah, it's supposed to pay it in. Yeah.
Well,
You
the thing of it is that I get most of my cash. My Social Security comes in a check lump sum every month, but my cash comes from upstairs from the rent.
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
She pays me every couple of weeks when she gets paid, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you put the link in the chat, but you've not tagged it.
Okay, let me pin it.
Pin it. That's the word.
There we go.
There we go.
See, that's I get a little bit scrambled in the head, Mark. It just
It's all right. I mean, you must be a bit flustered with having to deal with that anyway. So,
oh yeah, yep. And I feel kind of stupid because I went into the gas station and complained about the pump shutting off, and they said the card's declined and blah blah blah, and so I went back out and then came back in and I had some money in my wallet, so I paid prepay at the pump, and so I put at least $20 in because I don't want to be short on gas with the weather going to be as bad as what they're saying, you know?
oh no, don't blame you. I mean, we're at -2, I think, at the moment, and it's expected to get down to -6.
Yeah, we're 16 we're 16 degrees right here.
Yeah, we're gonna get down to 21 yours. Yeah.
And this time of the morning, all the friggin' school buses and everything are out.
I'm surprised that mind you, it's not snowing yet, is it? It's just cold.
No, it's just cold. It's just spitting every once in a while, just a little bit of a spit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know why there's nobody else on. I don't know who else is on, if anybody.
I don't think anybody else is on. I don't know. Well, Wednesday morning isn't,
No, it's not a usual one for people to go on. Except for, I think they were saying that there was a release today. I don't know what, is it the 9th today? I can't bloody remember. Not sure whether they said it was the new Matrice coming out. We could end up with the Flip and the Mavic 4 before the end of the month.
oh, you think so? The Flip and the, well, isn't, CES coming up here in the next week or two?
In Vegas, I think it is.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Joe.
He also came on early.
How's the camera on
Yes,
the
he
go?
did come on early. Yeah.
Yeah, I came on early because
It's
I gotta
still
go to, I gotta go to the credit union first thing, so I was waiting kind of like for maybe
Yeah.
you and Mark to be here, and then I go up to my credit union and make a deposit. My
Yeah,
my account is overdrawn. It was at plus 2,100, but all of a sudden, all these different things that are auto pay, boom, 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 took it down to a minus $7.
Yeah. Yeah, mine tends to do that at the beginning of the month as well. My pension goes in on the 1st, and by the 4th, at least 3/4 of it's gone.
He got off early, fast yesterday, 1 hour.
Yeah, only did an hour
Yeah,
last night.
I couldn't get on because my internet went out about 10 o'clock in the morning. After we got off, internet went out and didn't come back on till 5 o'clock.
Yeah. All right.
You know, I had a fight with AT&T. Hey, Sean. So you got people in the chat that just not here.
Is that Sean? Sean's here.
I'll be back, guys.
All right then, Paul. You watch how you going in that cold.
Do what I gotta do, right?
Yeah.
He needs to do it online.
I don't know,
Set it up
Sean.
to transfer his
still-
money.
We heard from a reliable source that it was going to be January when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be March, at least March. I hope they wait till freaking September. Let me pay off some shit first. I get to pay off stuff before it comes up. Because I tell you, the more I'm hearing about them fighting again about DJI, I'm at the point where I'm gonna have to make a decision whether I want this one or not. And I'll probably say yeah, just to get it so I'll have the latest and greatest.
Well, I have a feeling that some influencers have actually got it already.
I don't know about that. Maybe some of them not in the United States, maybe.
No, he's not in the United States, but hey, Dusty.
Yeah, Brian, Dusty, Frank is up there. Frank's looking for Jody. And then you got TJ somewhere. Well, I tell you, we got to find out about Dre. How's Dre doing?
Okay.
And Steve Carpenter.
Okay, Sean. I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, what you call it, Steve Carpenter is in the general vicinity of these fires right now in California. And
Uh-huh.
Dre is on
All
the other
right.
side, but they said down in Riverside County, it's got some wildfires popping up.
I've not heard anything about the fires.
Oh Lord, they came on
No.
last night. It burns over 3,000 acres. They can't they can't control it because the winds are up to 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
And it's going through Pacific Palisades, Brentwood, Malibu, all the expensive places.
Mm.
No, Lance,
Hey,
Hang
Joe.
on.
Hey, Mark.
those fires are raging.
In
Just
LA?
taking homes. Yeah, it's the Santa Ana winds are blowing. The winds last night were over 100 miles an hour going through there. Started out with about 200 acres. Within a couple hours, it was over 2,000 acres.
Wow.
And firefighters couldn't even get in to do anything. Just going right through places. All up in Pacific Palisades, Brentwood, Malibu. And now they got wildfires breaking out in Riverside. So I want to know how Dre's doing.
Yeah.
And there's a Steve
Mm.
Carpenter somewhere around that expensive area.
Don't even know whereabouts he is. He
He's
keeps
in, I know
telling
he's
us.
some,
He keeps
he's in
telling
a,
us when he shows that harbour, but it don't sink
yeah,
in.
and that's up in that's closer to the coast. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the coast, isn't he? I think.
He's on the coast.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. There's 200,000 without power. Winds 100 plus. 30,000 are told to evacuate. They told people last night in Santa Barbara, not Santa Barbara. What was it? Can't remember where it was. They told them it's a matter of life and death. Get out. And then the best part, ready for this? Everybody grabbed stuff and took off in their cars and couldn't get through, so they just stopped, left the cars there, and took off. Right? Something out of a freaking alien movie, right? When the fire department got there, they couldn't get in to do anything because the cars were blocking the road. So they brought bulldozers in and just moved them out the way. They said, if you abandon your car, leave your keys in it.
Yeah. When you come back, it'll be gone. Yeah.
Well, it's going to probably be going anyway because it's right in the middle of the fire, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Pacific Palisades is actors and movie producers, basically. That's all movie stars. What's up, Justin? What's up?
Oh, Justin.
Did you see the breaking news since yesterday?
The one about the fires?
Who?
The fires?
California's
No.
on fire.
Oh, that ain't nothing new.
No, this is bad. All Pacific Palisades burned.
Oh,
In Malibu, Brentwood, all through there. They can't control it.
you know, there was some firefighters, fire experts that said that if one good wind and the right fire got near LA, it'd burn that whole fucking city to the ground.
Well, they're doing a good job right now. It's over 200,000 people without power, and it's over 3,000 acres now.
I was talking about the whole Mark Zuckerberg thing.
I didn't hear that. What happened?
So he has completely disbanded all censorship on Facebook, and he's going to a Twitter style platform now, as far as he's getting rid of all the fact checkers and all that, and it's just going to be community notes tabs, just like Twitter.
He wants to get rid of all the fake adverts.
And then he's talking about how he's working with Trump real closely and all this.
Yeah,
And then
that
he,
tells you something.
It tells me that I won't be using Facebook in the future.
and then he
As long as
dogged
it'll be
the
a better place, higher level, better higher levels.
and then he
Not if it's like Twitter.
forked shit, or he no, for it's not changing the layout of Facebook.
All
It's
right.
just you'll be able to pretty much put whatever you want on there, and
No,
they won't
crap.
censor you.
That
So
is
if you-
stupid.
You won't go to Facebook jail.
Yeah,
So we're going to get even more fake adverts and more Oriental videos showing women breastfeeding.
but and then he
I don't
shit,
care.
and then he
Just a
like
joke.
pretty
There's
much
loads
shit
of
all.
them.
Laura.
No, then he pretty much shit all over the European countries,
I don't know.
talking about all the laws that keep making to try to censor people.
Yeah.
The Gulf of America.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is he's moving part of Meta over into Texas now.
There you go.
I'm like, Jesus, this dude did a complete 180.
Mm.
And he made Dana White, the head of the UFC, is now on one of his boards for Meta now. And Dana White don't
no
play about
changes, man.
censorship. Dana White don't play about censorship. When he was asked by a reporter, they said, "Oh, you give your fighters a long leash to be able to kind of talk what they want." He said, "What the hell's a leash?" He goes, "I don't put anybody on a leash." He goes, "My fighters can say whatever the hell they want." He goes, "I don't censor anything they say." He was talking about a leash here. He fucking, oh, it was funny.
Man, God darn it. They
What's up,
got
Bravo?
live coverage right now of this
No,
fire.
I'm not.
Embers flying everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, they're getting rid of that. They're just going to have a community notes tab, Brian, just like Twitter does. So if you want to say the Earth is flat, you can do that all day long, and they're not going to take it down. They'll just put a community note on there that people can comment on it, whether you're correct or not, but they won't take your post down. I know, Laura, I don't want to play right now.
I'll be back in a minute, Joe. I've just got to make a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an argument with AT&T yesterday. My internet went out again. I know what's happening. They're out on the main road out here, and they got people laying all kind of wires. And I guarantee you, it has something to do with AT&T. And what they're doing is they're probably, when they're turning stuff on, they're turning stuff off for a while to hook it all up. But they need to let people know.
Could be it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of backing up some files, and the freaking thing goes down.
See, what did I say? The whole time I was off, Laura was never on this early.
Yep.
I would be up at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Nobody'd be playing.
Yep.
And then the day I go back to work, she's up at the time I would have been getting out of bed.
He just wants you to go outside and play there, Justin.
I don't feel like playing right now. I'm going to be on here for just a little bit, and I'm going to lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, I got to leave here. I got to leave here at 10 o'clock this morning. So I got about 2 hours. I got to pick up my daughter and run her to a job interview because her boyfriend's got her car, because he refuses to drive his because he says it kills and he won't fix it. And if he don't have a car to his car, if he's doesn't have her car, he refuses to go to work. So the whole bottom line, I told her, take your car and tell him if you don't go to work, go somewhere else.
Tell Justin
You
to
know-
go over and fix the car.
No,
I'll
he needs
fix
to
it
get
with
out the house. He needs to go.
If Joe has me go over there, it's going to be fixing that car with the baseball bat.
No, if I have to go over there, I'm gonna go to jail. If I gotta go over there and get in his face, it's all done. It's done.
I won't even have to. It won't even have to be because he's a douche. I just hate working on cars, so I'll end up beating the shit out of the thing with something.
Well, I'll put it this way: there's nothing wrong with the car. He won't drive it, right? It doesn't have an air conditioner. He don't need one right now. Okay, because the air conditioner broke. He didn't have the money to buy a car. He bought some car for like $700-800. He's been using it for 2 years. Says it kills when he goes across the lake. But yet the other day he drove it all through Mandeville from the other house to the other house with my ex behind him, and it never killed once.
Oh, it's because he just wants to drive your daughter's. It's got all the newer shit on it.
Yeah. And he's not taking care of it because he's complaining about it now. Yeah. Feels like the engine's missing. That's because she's probably not driving it right. I told her, I said, you had a blessing by somebody selling you that car for that price, and you got it almost for free. I said, you don't need to let him drive it at all. That's your car. You know, that's something you work for. Y'all not married. He don't give you any extra money for the baby. You know, you got to beg him for money for the baby. And he's living there, and half the time he don't pay the rent. They both need to just kick his ass out. Because they don't want me involved.
Yeah, but this is a problem, Joe. If she's letting him get away with all that, she definitely ain't going to leave him over a car.
Well, she's getting ready to. She's saying, as soon as she gets this job and gets settled, she said, he's out. He's got to go. He keeps threatening her that if he leaves, he's gonna try to get the baby full time. First off, he can't get the baby full time because all he does is play video games. He doesn't take care of the baby. He doesn't pay child support for the other child. He's behind on that. Only sees his other child every other week for a couple of days, and then he don't see him. The kid's running around the house while he's in the room playing video games. He won't pay the rent. So he got all this documented. I guarantee you, they're gonna laugh at him. You know, I hate to do that to the baby daddy. You know,
if she does, then the more power to her. But you
yeah,
know,
she needs to.
At the same time, it's like people that tend to be in those situations, you really can't believe them until they actually do it. Because I've seen plenty of people in the same exact boat as your daughter, and they always just kind of let everything go and don't ever really. They talk about doing shit like that.
Yeah, it's an abusive relationship. It really is. Justin,
did Jerry Springer pass away a while back?
I don't know, but that would be a good show.
It's been a few years, yeah, or a year or two, something like that.
Be a good show.
Yeah, it would have been a good show.
It was last year.
Yeah, my son said all he got to do is put his hand on it. And he said, I'm going to be the one arresting him because they live in Covington now.
It was April 27th, 2023. He died.
Yeah.
At the age of how old was he? 79 years old.
Yeah. Wow. Just what I wanted to come back to seeing is all the ice in. It's colder than hell out there.
It just gives you a place to land a drone.
Or lose a drone.
Go see if the Neo land on that.
Yeah.
I'll land on it and then slide slowly down the hill.
Neo won't even go out there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I don't know if they did something to our buses, but the heater actually worked really well today.
Oh yeah, you're back at work today, aren't you?
Yeah, it was actually warm in the bus. I was surprised.
Hey, Paul, why were they barricading your streets? Did you ever figure that out?
What's that?
Why were they barricading your streets the other day? Did you figure that out?
They're doing all kinds of electrical stuff. In other words, like putting up new poles everywhere. And so when they do that, they've got to tear down or all the overhanging tree limbs and stuff, and so
Oh, that looks good, yeah.
it was a combination of electric and tree maintenance.
Laura commented, who has ham for breakfast? You're supposed to have bacon. Ham is just thicker bacon.
I mean,
No, ham is thinner bacon.
No, depends on the bacon.
Depends
well,
on the ham.
I had thicker ham.
well, it
Okay.
depends. At the end of the day, it depends on what kind of breakfast you're having. Some over
Well,
here you get actual ham.
It may be that you say ham, but you mean gammon, which is like thicker bacon.
What do you call it? Gammon?
Gammon.
Yeah, gammon, like with the G. Gammon.
Gammon.
See, that's what I had this morning, Paul.
No.
Oh, that's looking good.
Joe had actual slices of ham, like off of a ham.
All right.
But
It would
no,
be off the pig, actually.
it depends on who makes what you're eating. For some people eat ham for breakfast, or they'll have like a ham and cheese omelet. They'll cube it up real small.
Well, I went in the refrigerator the day before yesterday to check the ham because I had one since Thanksgiving. And I know they usually got about a 4-month gap on it. I looked down there and it said January 3rd. I went, you gotta be kidding me. So I pulled it out and threw it in a pressure cooker, cooked it, took it out, sliced it all up. It was a spiral. And then I completely put the glaze on and just shook it up and got the glaze over everything. Lord, it's good.
Yeah, it's a typical case of mistranslating between British and American, and Mark thinking that there's only one definition of things.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Where you at the office?
I know there are many different forms of ham, but you know,
but there's
uses for each.
Well, yeah, but you're thinking a completely Anglo-centric definition of things. Americans have used words for different things differently, and so there's a language error there.
That's what we got you for.
Yeah, gammon is like ham, what we would call ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got
like it's like a ham steak.
You see how many British people I play Fortnite with? I already got shit for calling ham during Christmas.
Yeah, because we would call it a gammon joint rather than a ham joint. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going over there. Y'all never understood. Y'all never understand me. And I won't understand y'all, so we'll get to other benefits. And then if I run into Laura, she'll say, shut up, Joe.
It's the same thing as us, like beans for breakfast. People don't eat beans generally for breakfast over here.
No, I don't eat beans on toast either.
You should try.
Now,
good.
No,
as a quick snack lunch, it's brilliant.
Justin, you ever eat beans on toast?
Yeah, I did a whole taste testing, remember?
Yeah, but it isn't like you haven't continued that.
No, but what I'm saying is like I've had beans with toast before, like during like when you get a barbecue plate and somebody might put a big piece of Texas toast and you dip it. Like I've done that before, but our beans are different than their beans.
Yep.
Like,
it has to be.
Our beans have flavor.
Like our barbecue beans that you would normally have at a barbecue are completely different.
The baked beans,
their beans are pork and beans.
The baked beans that you get from McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken must be the same kind of baked beans as we have.
We don't get baked beans at McDonald's.
Why must they?
You don't?
No.
Nope.
I've never seen beans at McDonald's.
Have the same menu all around the world.
McBeans.
No.
McBeans and toast.
That's the difference between McDonald's actually has the same 10 numbered menu, the 1 through 10. Meals are the same around the world, but they have different like side shit that they do for each like.
Yeah, in Japan they got McSushi.
Yeah, they actually have sushi, yeah. But they still have the original 10. You know, they have the double quarter pounder, the quarter pounder, the Big Mac. That menu stays the same across the board. Unless you're in like India, because they don't eat beef there. But But yeah, other than that, it stays the same pretty much everywhere. They just have their own little side menus for each region that they're in.
The only thing that annoys me about McDonald's is that the best meal they do is their breakfasts, and they stop doing them at 10 o'clock here.
Here they do them till I think it's 10 o'clock as well. It might be 11.
Yeah,
10. But they do still have a couple of the breakfast things that you can get all day, like the burritos. And I think there's one or two other things you can get all day. The breakfast burritos here at the McDonald's, you can get those at 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you want.
Because I don't know why you can't do a bacon and egg muffin all the way through the day.
Well, you can. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
It's cool.
That was funny. Yeah, they know.
But they should. Because, I mean, I'd rather have a bacon and egg muffin than a burger.
A McMuffin, huh?
Yeah.
But see, that's where, like, the guy that built up McDonald's, he didn't like having a bunch of side shit on the menus neither. He liked just having the one straight menu.
Well, no, what made McDonald's so efficient, especially at the beginning, and changed restaurants, is that they had a simple menu. And a lot of places now, a lot of places would benefit from a simpler menu. You go into a place to sit down and eat, and the menus are like a friggin' maze. You need Indiana Jones to come help you figure out where shit is.
Yeah.
And if they simplified their menu, their sales would increase a lot.
Yeah, the trouble is that if they're selling so many different things, that they're not getting as many orders.
I didn't realize you had stuff in your hand.
Good morning, Eddie.
Yeah, Mark, like you're saying, Mark, that if you have too much items, you get a lot of shit going bad.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah. And that's why you'll see a lot of like these TV chefs that go and like how Ramsay does that, where he goes and helps out little restaurants. That's usually their main problem is their menu's too damn big.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things he'll do in the episodes. He'll dumb their menu down to like a page or two.
Yeah.
Like a really small menu. And then the only thing he'll have them change is a special once a week. You know, do a different special.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you should. You should have a small menu and perfect that menu. And if you perfect it and people like it, you're golden. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's a problem, especially over here. I don't know if the restaurant industry is as bad over there, but over here they say, you know, the average is 95% will fail in the first year. That's how bad the restaurant industry is over here. Like people just don't know what the fuck they're doing when they get into that. It's a rough industry to get into.
Yeah, I think the takeaway industry is bigger here than the eating out restaurant industry. But there's still plenty to go at. All different nationalities.
Some places over here have actually gone to just like you can come in and order, but you don't sit and eat. Like so, a lot of the Pizza Huts have gone to the smaller, almost like Little Caesars and like Domino's. You just walk in and order this shit. You don't actually sit down and eat there. You walk in, order it, or you order it online and pick up or have it delivered.
Yeah,
something like that. Cuts down on the overhead when you don't have to have waitresses and all that shit.
Yeah, it ups the price though because of the delivery charges and stuff. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a good business strategy for them because they can cut overhead and raise the prices, and it gives them a lot bigger income, profit margin, at the end of the day. And takeout has gotten really big over here ever since COVID. Like, see, like before COVID, really the only places that really delivered was like, well, I would say a little bit before COVID, you started seeing a lot more restaurants doing deliveries through like Uber and stuff. But definitely COVID definitely threw it over the top.
Yeah, the biggest ones I think are like Uber Eats, Just Eat, and Deliveroo.
DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash is
We haven't
another
got
big one.
DoorDash over here.
The two biggest over here is Uber Eats and DoorDash. Those are the two big ones.
And there's a lot of places, a lot of our takeouts will actually do delivery with their own staff rather than use a third party delivery company.
My students would order Uber Eats, and the administration would just be up in arms that they would do that.
Oh, they were having it ordered and then brought to the school?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of instead of using the school canteen. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but their thing was, you know, they're having a stranger drop off food, you know, and you know,
Yeah.
when we are in charge of them, and they, you know, they should.
Well, the question I would have, Lance, is if they're getting food from Uber Eats, that means they're ordering out. Do the students have to pay additional for that, or does the school district just eat that?
No, the school don't have nothing to do with it. They're just ordering it privately and having it brought to the school.
So the school is still cooking lunch, but if they choose whatever they get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a canteen rather than a dining hall anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's not even just the fact that it's a stranger dropping food off to a student. It's the fact too that now the office staff
Nutrition.
has 15, 20 orders sitting up at the
Yeah,
office, and they got to get a hold of students and tell them to come get their food. And yeah, it's just a big nightmare. Yeah.
And what they really do is they wait in the parking lot. The kids do, so they don't even get to the office.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, so they're outside waiting for their order?
Yeah, you know, that's what the admin doesn't like. That they're like, well, this guy could pick you up and drive you away.
Yeah, that's a perfect scenario for kidnapping.
Yeah.
Well, what they should do is just make it illegal for any food deliveries to be brought to schools, unless it's done by an administrator
or a parent. Be okay for a parent to bring their own kids' food.
Bring food from home with that guy.
Yeah, it'd be a cold lunch, wouldn't it, Joe?
Yeah. I'll live through it.
So, Joe, how did the 3 games go yesterday?
The only reason they went yesterday is because I lost my internet at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right after we got off, internet went up.
Oh, really?
I called AT&T up, and they saying, well, let's reset your stuff. I said, I've reset my stuff. I said, it's saying there's an issue on your side. What is the issue? How long is it going to take? Well, we have to go through. I said, I don't want to go through everything. I've already done all that. So she says, well, I've rebooted from my side. I said, again, I didn't want to do all of that. So we're going off, and she says, yeah, there is an issue in your area. I said, that's what I told you in the beginning. Yeah. Like that. I said, so how long is it going to take? Well, we're going to have to get a technician out to you. I said, it's not me. It's you. Well, we're going to set up an appointment to make sure. I said, okay, when's the appointment? When can you make an appointment? On the 13th.
Monday.
I said, that's not going to do me any good. And she says, well, let me process a credit for you. So she gave me a $24.97 credit.
Yeah.
Like that. We're sorry about all the inconvenience and all of this. And then she says, I'll send you the transcripts and everything like this. I get the transcripts, and it says that it could be charged a $99 service fee for them to come out, right? And then then it comes back on at 5 o'clock. So I cancel the appointment, and it says your appointment's canceled, but it's still on my account. It's my appointment. I've canceled it 4 times, and it's still on there. So I'm gonna screenshot it and I'm telling you, they better not come, and I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna answer. I told them it's gonna be Monday if they show up, but they don't need to show up. It's their fault. And I know what it is.
Do you have another option for a carrier?
Well, that's the cheapest option.
Okay.
And I just got them because it's like, I'm paying like half the price of everybody else around here.
Okay.
And now you know why.
So it's, but what they're doing is the main road out on the service road, they're laying cable. So I guarantee you what's happening is they're turning it off to lay the cable and putting it back on after they do whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So at least let people know, you know.
You usually would get like a email or something telling you they're going to do that.
We didn't get anything. You know, it's on their AT&T home thing, whatever it's called. He'll say there's an issue in your area, and they usually tell you when it's coming back on. This time they didn't.
You got an email, but your internet died.
That would still come across the phone. But at 5 o'clock, I sign on the internet, and you get off. You got off. You closed it at 5:03 yesterday.
Yeah.
So when you closed it, I said, well, the hell with it. I'm going to the games. So I just got dressed and went to the games. But it was 2 games last night. It was the girls and the boys. And the girls kicked butt and the boys lost it there again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the last 3 games, they've been in overtime twice and lost by 2 points 3 times. It's just they're beating themselves because they had this team in overtime in foul trouble. Every foul was putting them on the line, and they were missing free throws. They missed 8 free throws in the overtime period and lost by 3 points.
Wow.
They're losing it. And they were down by 7 going into the 4th period after being up 12 at halftime. And came back and tied it and went to overtime and had 8 free throws they missed out of 10. They got 2 of them out of the 10.
Sounds
and it was just
like the coach needs to do some free throw practice, doesn't he?
Well, it's and these guys are good. These guys hitting free throws are usually good because they're tired. That's what's happening. They're so tired at the end of the game because they're playing a lot of time that they just don't have they got the rubber arms, you know.
Mm.
But they got this one kid, bless his heart, bless him. That's my doctor's son. He is trying, but he cannot hit a 3-point shot. And he used to hit them all the time. And right now he's in a slump. And he keeps trying to hit these 3-point shots. And they'll rim out. He's so close. But he's doing something wrong. It's a follow through or something wrong that he's missing that quarter inch.
Does he wear glasses?
No.
He's at the age and stage where glasses probably needs an eye check.
I couldn't tell you, but it's like I've seen him hit 3 points all in practice when they're getting ready to play. But when he's under that pressure, I think it's just the pressure. He's under that pressure, even when he's got a clean shot, it's like he rushes it and doesn't fall. I'm gonna watch him next time the way he practices, and then I'm gonna see the way he does it during the game, and I'm gonna tell him you're not doing all your full follow through. It's probably what it is. He's probably bringing it up and stopping instead of just letting it go. And it makes a difference. Because when I used to bowl, there was this old guy used to stand there. The guy was 74 years old. And he used to stand there and he said, you bowl pretty good. He said, you got to get consistent in the way you, he said, you don't look at the pins. The pins don't mean anything to you. He said, you look at the spots on the floor. And that's what you want to do. You want to find out what spot you can leave your hand go. And that's the spot you always do. And then you got to find out how to change your wrist a little bit or how to move it over just a little bit if you got to do something else. But if you're throwing that first ball, find your spot the way, and then after you throw it and you do your follow through, look up and see where it goes. Yeah. And if it's a little bit to the right, you move a little bit to the left. He said, just learn. that and do it consistently. And that's the way he told us, right? And he used to be a pro. We didn't know he used to be a pro. And then all of a sudden he told us. And we went and found out he was. And the guy brought me from, I was doing about 170, 180 average. And he had me up in the 220s.
Wow.
Just by follow throughs. It was like 220s were known for me. It was just, but it was the follow through. If I didn't bring that follow through, I actually got to the point where when I let it go, I'd bring the hand back and try to slap my back to make sure I kept the hand coming. And I'm telling you, if I didn't do it, I saw the difference in the way it hit. It's because of the way I was throwing it. Anna in Malibu, California. It's burning Malibu now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the other thing that I don't understand, it's burning up neighborhoods. You know them big tanker planes that usually drop the water? I've never seen any one of those on the news.
Well, they can't right now, like 100-mile-an-hour winds. They can't do anything right now.
If it was 100-mile-an-hour winds, those planes, they could still drop it moisture into the air.
They don't want to put a plane up.
I mean, if I can fly ships in 40-mile-an-hour weather, they should be able to put those planes up there.
I don't know. I don't know about that part. Yeah, they said they grounded all the helicopters and everything.
Waypoint says that the squirrels chew his wire between the house and the pole, and his internet gets sketchy, and he has to call them to replace it free of charge unless there is a problem inside my house.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got a truck right in front of me that doesn't have tail lights, and I almost rear-ended the guy.
East Coast says that you can call Domino's all you want, but you can't talk to a live person on any.
You got a point. Who was it else? If you go through Arby's drive-through, it's all AI. I heard it get you there the first time. It asks you everything AI, and then it gets your order right.
Well, I don't know about you, but at my age, I'm not that comfortable with AI, you know?
I got to pick up my daughter at about 10:15, 10:20 and get her to an appointment at 11.
Well, my point is, hanging with JD is if the planes were up there in 100-mile-an-hour winds, they could adjust where it goes. You know, it's like, okay, so you drop it and it goes in the air, and so you drop it further out or further over or whatever, and it still eventually would come down and miss through the trees or whatever. It's just like those guys that are shooting the hoses. You know, if there's a heavy wind, they've got to adjust that, you know, it will get to the point they want to get it to.
Mm-hmm.
The Santa Monica, Pasadena, Santa Clarita, all that on fire right now. Dre, I need to find out what Dre doing because they said Riverside is getting some brush fires too now.
Really? Well, that'll help with the migration out of California.
I want them people over here.
They're all going to be moving. They're going to
move to Arizona.
No, they're going to go to Louisiana.
Arizona and Colorado. That's California East and Northeast. You got Steve Carpenter out that way too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think he's in the in that area, but Santa Monica is down near Malibu because Malibu's on fire too. I think he's somewhere in that general vicinity. You know, and they came out a couple of years ago and said the number one thing they could do to help prevent these fires is forget about the nature part of it
Yeah,
and clear all the underbrush.
clear it out. Yeah, if there's nothing to burn, it can't burn. Yep.
Yeah, if you don't clear the underbrush, then you got a problem. Down in Lacombe, down here, man, we thought we had a big fire going one time. I had the kids in the car and we went driving that way. And it were firefighters. What they did is they had a lot of underbrush in the marsh. And they were out there setting the underbrush on fire. They had all the underbrush burned so it wouldn't catch the whole place on fire.
A backfire, yeah.
Yeah, control.
Yeah, they were doing all that. And they do that like with the sugar cane. When they harvest the sugar cane, they burn the fields.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the cane. And they take the cane after all the stuff's burned off, then they go pick up all the cane. You know, it's
Well, yeah, because a sugar cane is grows pretty dense. Yeah, I mean you can't even. I don't think you can walk through it.
You can't walk through it.
No.
It's bamboo on steroids.
Of course, the only real problem we've got that is sugar burns.
Well, the sugar cane, the thickness of the hull on it, when they burn it, it doesn't hurt it.
All right.
Well, it's because sugar doesn't burn.
Yeah, it does.
Sugar does burn?
Yeah.
It's the sugar cane is more is the product, is not the final product yet. Well, I can remember my grandfather. He did it, and then I think it was my uncle did it after, because I don't remember my grandfather doing it, but I've heard the stories. But they used to go up to Napoleonville, and all the sugarcane trucks would be driving down the road, and they'd lose 2 or 3 stalks, and they'd be laying on the side of the road, and they'd stop and pick them up and bring them home, and you'd cut pieces off of it, just chew on it.
Mm.
Yeah, it was sweet, but it wasn't like sugar. It was different.
Yeah, in the Seychelles, they make a bootleg liquor out of it.
PowerPoint updated.
This is crazy, these fires. And a lot of these in Pacific Palisades are movie stars and people that work in the movie industry.
Mm. And is the insurance covering it or not?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they got insurance. But that's a lot of people who are going to need housing.
Mm.
Good morning, Brenda.
Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
So Lance, you're at work?
I'm at the Space Needle.
You're what? You're
At the
sitting on a
Space
I'm at the Space Needle.
You're sitting on a Space Needle. What?
I'm flying at the Space Needle.
Oh, flying at the. I thought you were sitting on top of the Space Needle.
On his way to work.
So you're getting a flight in before you go to work.
Correct.
Okay. Because Joe was concerned you were off course or something.
Yeah, that sounded like that, didn't it? I was the one that had asked you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and ask him, Joe, because Joe was wondering if you were flying the Neo.
Yeah, I am.
There you go, Joe. There's your answer.
He's gonna fly the Neo above the Space Needle, and that sucker's gonna land on it and never come back.
It looks to me like if you watch all the YouTube channels, all the videos, if you put it with the controller, the controller number 2, it seems to go higher and further than it does on its own, just using your phone.
Yeah, I don't like the. I've flown it with all of it. I can't tell you.
It's not a nice day today. It's 0 degrees at the moment. It's going to get to -1 by 4 o'clock. It's like 2:45 now. It's going to be -2 at 6 o'clock. It's going to be -3 at 8 o'clock. -4 at 10 o'clock. -5 at 11 o'clock. -6 at 3 o'clock in the morning. Ugh. And then -5 again at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then it's not going to get back to 0 until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's cold.
Doing a waypoint now. Awfully slow.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, who?
Eddie.
Nunya.
Oh.
Mind, it was a while back when he was answering. Right. Because he seems to be saying something about McDonald's. That was ages ago.
Okay.
They got a new holster that is revolutionary, being revolutionary Revolution. Forget it. It's
Design?
revolutionary.
Revolutionary
Yeah,
design?
it's a belly band. It's a belly band holster.
Unlike
That it's coming out. Everybody's coming out with them, and it's supposed to be for people that are a little heavier.
Turn to home.
And it said it's more comfortable. It's a general type of holster that fits most weapons. And they got a company I buy from, We the People.
Yeah.
They've got it on sale right now. I just bought one. I want to see what it's like. Because it might be for that big one I have, it might be more comfortable.
So what does it
Instead
do?
of it being like $80, it was like 39, half price.
Does it fit like a money belt or something?
Yeah, it's like a stretch band holster. And it's got on the other side, it's got removable magazine pouches and everything.
Mm.
So it's an all-in-one.
Yeah, it's not. They've got several ones. All of them have the same basic design, and it's got a place in the back where it's got support, like for the back, so you know where it fits in a certain area. So when you put the back support, you know you got it on right.
Okay.
And I was thinking, even for the smaller one I have, the smaller 9mm, that might be perfect for it because I don't have to keep it in the pocket. I can just keep it there. See how it feels.
Mm.
I figure for $40 I could try it.
Sure. Why not?
My daughter told me, she goes, I'm gonna bring my gun with so we could check it out and everything. She said, I'm gonna bring it this morning when you pick me up. And I said, where we going? She told me where we're going. I said, no, don't bring it. I said, because I can't get on that property with a gun. I said,
No?
they got a big sign out. It's a state mental hospital. And they got a big sign, no weapons. As soon as you get to the gate, I said, you can't bring it in, and I'm not bringing mine.
What, she's going for an interview or something?
Yeah, she's got 3 job interviews.
That's
And
good.
I told her, I said, well, I'm hoping that you get the 3rd one. It's with Ochsner Hospital. And it's a supervisory position, LPN supervisory position.
Mm.
And all she needs to be is it's to supervise LPNs. And she's got enough experience that she could probably get it. And it's 7 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. I'm hoping she gets that one because that'd be better for her. She's just got to get one of these jobs.
Mm.
I told her, this one off because this one here offers overtime, all kind of stuff. The one she's looking at now.
Mm.
I said they want to hire you, jump on it. I said the other one hires you, change your mind.
Yeah.
I said until you go through all interviews. The way they're doing it now, though, is like all the major places. If you like this place here, she had a phone interview first, and then she's got to go to the place to meet with somebody. And that's what everybody's doing now. You can do a phone interview. After the phone interview, then they decide whether they want to see you.
Yeah.
So she's got the phone interview with Ochsner. But Paul, let me tell you what happened. I went to the game because it was a district game. Hold on, I got a call. I'll call you. I'll tell you in a minute.
Are you guys still there?
Yep. We are, Lance. How'd the flight go?
Good. I'm still up.
Oh,
I'm,
now what are you flying?
Mavic 3.
Do you like the Mavic 3?
TJ's back.
Mr. TJ, what's happening? Joe's on the phone.
Yep.
Must be making flight arrangements, or else he's fighting with the internet people.
It's either that or it's his daughter if he's picking her up to take her to an interview.
Oh, is she? How come he's got to take her and she doesn't have a car? I don't know.
She did have, but didn't her boyfriend break it or something?
Sounds to me like she's in love with an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know. Joe's told us a few times about the problems with the car and the boyfriend. It's almost time to get ready to make another cup of tea and warm up a bit more.
You're going to make a proper cup of tea?
Oh, yeah. Proper cup of tea. Well,
I think Mia's got to go out of Bray back.
not particularly a proper cup of tea, because a proper cup of tea would be using a teapot and tea leaves rather than a tea bag in a cup.
Hurry up. Go find it. Go pick it. Come on, Mia. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Come on. Go find it. Go find it. Go slow. Go slow. Come on, Mia. Mia, come on.
That's a good question, Michael. Probably a Ceylon tea. and either in a metal ball infuser or just put the tea bags in a teapot and then use a tea strainer when you pour it out into the cup. Yeah, it's all right putting tea in a thermos flask, but don't put the milk in with it. Keep the milk separate, or it just starts to go horrible.
Okay, yep, she went out and went poopers. Pee-pee and poopers.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you guys were interested. Joe still talking to whoever on the phone?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see, Justin didn't go back to school today, did he? Because he was on here earlier.
Justin, he probably eventually either gave up and went playing Fortnite, or he's gone for a quick nap before he goes back to work.
Well, it's I don't know if he's is he back to work or did?
Yeah, he started today.
Okay.
Okay, safely landed.
How long was the flight?
Probably 20 minutes. I'm going to take it up in about, I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit in the car for about a half an hour, take it up again when it's lighter, and do a day to night shot with the waypoints.
Yeah, Dusty, you don't put the tea in the water and boil it. You boil the water and then add it to the tea leaves or tea bag, or even drop a tea bag into it. But you don't boil it with the leaves already in it. That doesn't work.
I think that's the way Joe makes it.
Yeah, I know it is. That's why it doesn't work. It wouldn't be so bad if he boiled the water in the microwave and then added the tea bag to it when he took the cup out of the microwave. But leaving the tea bag in the cup of water while it's in the microwave, he's just going to stew it, basically. I think Earl Grey tastes too perfumey.
Yeah, that was Johnny. He asked me where I was. He says, "We're going flying, right?" I said, "No." Johnny was on Bill the Drone Reviewers last night before he was on Drone Nation. I said, you're becoming too big for me to hang with.
What'd he say?
He started laughing. I said, I'm gonna have to get your autograph next time I see you.
Now, was he flying the Neo too, Joe?
He's got the Neo. It works at his house. It won't work at my house. It won't work at my brother's house. It won't work at my daughter's house. Now, the other night, it usually tells me it's gonna go into attitude mode. The other night, I turned it on and it never told me anything. So I was getting ready to fly, but I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then I turned it on the next day and it said the same thing. It was a non-stable environment. It tells me that every once in a while.
I wonder if you've got some kind of a electrical static or something in your area.
At every house I've been in and miles apart. Coincidence. Now watch, see if it tells me again. See, it's telling me the environment's not good for us. Because if I take it off in here, it'll take off and then it'll land immediately.
Did you report it to DJI?
Done all of that. They told me that it's probably not a suitable environment for it to fly. And I said, I'm inside, and I see other people that fly inside. What's the difference? They haven't given an answer back.
Yep, definitely doing it wrong, Dusty. If you're putting the tea bag in the water and then boiling the water, that is not tea.
You got to put the tea bag in the cup, put the water in it, and put it in the microwave.
No, you can microwave the water in the cup first, Joe, but don't put the tea bag in while you do it. Put the tea bag in after it's boiled.
Yeah, you got a big cup, put 2 tea bags. 2 tea bags in cold water and put it in the microwave for a minute and a half. There you go. Stir it up real good.
But tea doesn't infuse into cold water. And because you've put it in the cold water first, it fucks the tea bag up.
Well, it still turns dark, so it's got to infuse some kind of way.
Yeah, but it probably just doesn't taste like proper tea. And you won't know what proper tea is like until you actually do it the right way.
Well, that's the way I've been drinking it, so it tastes proper to me.
Well, it would be interesting for you to make it 2 different ways. The way that
I've made
Mark's
another way.
talking and on the microwave, and then see if you can tell a difference.
I made it other ways. We used to do it. My mom used to drink tea, and we used to put the boiling water in there and let it steep for like 5 minutes, and then you take the tea bag out, and I don't see a difference.
You don't need to leave it in for 5 minutes with the tea bags nowadays either.
Yeah, but that was when I was a kid.
When it was the old tea, when it was proper tea leaves that you used, then yeah, you leave it for a while. But then you'd have to drink it fairly quick. You couldn't leave it in the teapot because the longer you leave it infusing, it stews rather than it doesn't
the tea can go bad over time.
Yeah, it stews. It starts tasting bitter.
Well, is that the reason they put cream in it?
No. Once you've actually got the tea, it's fine. But if you've still got tea leaves or a tea bag in the water for any length of time, more than a couple of minutes, then it starts to go bitter. You start getting more tannin in it.
I don't know. I don't think in my entire lifetime I've ever drank tea.
I know I haven't drank iced tea.
What's that, Lance?
I have not drank a whole cup in my entire life. Total. I've had sips, but that's about it.
Mm.
We got planes in the air now, Paul. Marina Del Rey, isn't that near what you call it? Steve Carpenter?
Yeah, I think that's where it is. Yeah. That's the name that sounds familiar now. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all up in that area now, too.
He was quite a way south of where that earthquake happened.
Yeah.
In the sea.
Yeah, I think that's approximate area of him. But they're showing right now live pictures and they got planes in the air.
In fact, we're on Steve Carpenter's channel. There will probably be the name of where he lives in the title of one of the videos, at least.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Because he did some videos of the rebuilding of that harbour, didn't he? Of the boat marina.
Yeah.
Joe, what somebody was saying that you had to take your daughter to get an interview?
Yeah, I was telling you that.
Yeah, no, I told him because he didn't hear it when you said it.
Why isn't she just driving herself?
So the boyfriend's got the car.
Why does the boyfriend have the car?
Because he don't want to drive his because he says his kills. And he said, if I don't drive that, I don't go to work.
Is his going to break down?
Says, he needs to take his and fix it.
Yeah, I'm just
stupid ass.
Joe,
He's a loser, isn't he?
Oh, he's not even that.
See, Lance, he's borrowed Justin's car.
Yeah, he's going to borrow Justin's car.
Yeah.
Is Justin gone?
Yeah, he's not even a loser. He's worse than that.
God knows whether Justin's still
Justin was on, but
not.
he's gone now because he's working on his mother's car.
No, he's playing Fortnite.
Okay.
He lives in Dana Point.
That's the name. Yeah.
I think it's Dana Point where he lives.
Yeah, that's the name I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of his stuff says Dana Point. Let's find out where it's at.
I don't know where the hell it is, mind you, but yeah, other than it being in California.
I'm gonna let you know in a minute.
Hmm.
Point.
What time is it, guys?
7:13 your time.
Okay.
Yeah, 3:15.
In the morning?
In the afternoon. Time to go home.
Okay.
Well, you're 8 hours behind us, so. Just tell them you're working on UK time and it's home time.
Are we 9 hours or 8 hours behind?
8. 8.
And we're 9 behind Italy, I think.
Yeah.
Nowhere close. Nowhere close to him.
Yeah, I think Steve lives south of LA because
he's always south. He's almost at Capistrano, San Clemente area.
Because he was telling me he's about an hour out of San Diego. If we ever wanted to meet up when I go down,
Yeah. Yeah, he's south of LA.
So is he further south than Dre as well then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dre is east of LA.
Yeah, he's out in Riverside County. But Riverside's got some fires going down too. Started. Santa Monica, all that area up there. Marina Del Rey, Culver City, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills is right above it. So all that fire is south of Beverly Hills. Not that far south either. God, Los Angeles is big. I'm looking at the map. I didn't realize this, even when I lived out there, how far it was from where I lived to like Burbank and stuff like that. Fontana.
Yeah, the winds are whipping through San Diego as well. There just isn't a fire. That whole Southern California is just super windy right now.
Yep. Yeah, she's going for that interview. She got to be there for 11. I'm gonna leave here around 10. Because it's gonna take me about 20 minutes to get to her.
That's if your car doesn't break down.
What time is their interview?
Huh?
What time is their interview?
11. It'll take me about 20 minutes to pick her up. And then I'm gonna look at this place. I think it's about 20 minutes drive. It'll give us about 20 minutes. Might
That's
leave a little bit earlier.
12 o'clock your time, Paul.
So you need to leave then a couple hours before, right?
An hour before is plenty of time. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right place. Yeah.
In about 3/4 of an hour or so, then.
Yeah, I'm probably going to leave here in about a half hour. It'll give me about 30 minutes drive. Extra 30 minutes. It'll give me 45 minutes to get her to the place.
There's a ship heading up through the shale ice. Algo Nova.
So if you guys want to see where I'm sitting on 6th and Thomas in downtown Seattle. 6th and Thomas.
Are you on your own, or did Angel manage to get there?
No, I sent him a Facebook message. He never got back to me, so.
All right.
He must have been busy. But I've got the Space Needles just to the west of me, like 2 blocks.
I can always tell I'm losing my mind because I can't remember whether Mia's in or out, and so I have to get up and look and see if she's over on the couch.
Out, I think.
No, she was out. Now she's back in.
Right.
That's right, because I said when I came back that I let her in and she had peed and pooped.
That's it.
So.
I've got dog asleep on the couch next to me and the cat asleep on top of me fleece over there.
Hey, Joe, Cool Cat's got roast potatoes, sausage, and gravy for a late lunch today.
There you go. That sounds good.
And a bit, not your gravy though.
Now, you're gonna be out and about. Are you gonna get something to eat then, or?
Oh, hell no. I got enough food here. I got, like I said, I'm gonna stop and get either a French bread or a loaf of bread because I'm out of bread. And I'm gonna just, for the next couple of days, I'm gonna just get like, camera didn't focus. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna have ham sandwiches and things like that. I've taken half of it, about a third of it actually, and frozen. And I got a big old ham bone. I'm trying to decide whether I want split pea soup or I want red beans and rice.
Mhm.
I may just do the split pea soup. I'd have to get this. I have to get the peas, and I'd have to get the Trinity mix. So I don't have to cut anything up.
You can see the shale ice out in the lake. All of that dark area there is
Yep.
shale ice.
So they actually sell the Trinity pre-packaged.
Yep. Yeah, they got a company that sells it's like $3 for a container. It's like a quart container. It's enough. I'll put it this way: you can use it about 3 times.
Right.
So about a buck a piece. And what you do is you take it, and it's in a sealable like plastic container.
Yeah.
Use what you got to use the first time. It's just what I usually do is I'll divide it into 3, and then I'll put a piece of wax paper in there, and then I'll put the second piece in there. So I got to separate it, and then I'll freeze it. So all I got to do is just pull the wax paper out, and it's separated.
Yeah.
I used to vacuum. Actually, the last time I vacuum sealed them.
You'd be better off doing that because it takes up less room than a big plastic tub.
Yeah. Well, I got the room, so. But I vacuum sealed them last time. I'm out of bags. I'm deciding whether I want to buy bags or buy a whole new unit. Because the one I got is not working properly. Let's put it that way. It works, but it's giving me fits. I'll probably just buy the bags. I can make it work. It's not sealing tight enough. I'm thinking like Don had to take his apart. It was a spring. I think it's a spring. I don't feel like taking it apart. Yeah, if I buy a new one, well, shoot, they got one on sale. They got one on sale right now for $23. They got one for $38. That's cool.
You guys have CVS's down there?
Yeah, we do.
Their pharmacy sucks. I already told you guys I bought an EpiPen for my daughter for $9, copay.
Yeah.
And then I went back and they want to charge me $100. And then I said no, it's supposed to be $9. Anyway, I fought with them. The doctor finally had to call and said no, they want this one. And so they called and said, okay, you're ready to pick up your EpiPens now. They're $35. It's like, what?
Do you say is that for 4?
Oh, it's like, okay. So I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna raise hell. Heads are gonna roll, Joe. I'm gonna drop your name.
Just tell them you got the support of Joe, and if they don't know who Joe is, you tell them that you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, just go into a different chemist and then phone them up and say, "Oh, you can keep them. I'm not paying that for them."
You guys call them chemists over there. We call them pharmacists.
Yeah, we call them both, but
my father-in-law was a pharmacist.
They always used to be a chemist. and then they just changed to a posher name and became a pharmacy.
And I like this the one I've got right now. You've got to pre-cut the bags and everything else, and then seal it on one end, and you vacuum seal and seal another end. I like the ones that have the roll that you stick in there and you just pull it out the way you need it.
Yep, and then
And
cut
you
it
just-
off and then do it
You
again.
cut it off like that. So you got the roll in there, you cut it off, but you still got to turn around and vacuum seal it the other way. Either way. But I'm talking the cheapest I can get by here, cheapest I could get by here is $39. I just get the bags, it's like nothing, you know?
Yeah.
I get 3 rolls of 11 by 20, 11 inches by 20 feet, and 3 rolls of 8 by 20 feet for $20.
So do you use your vacuum sealer quite a bit?
When I if I go buy a big thing of pork chops, I'll take the vacuum. I'll put like 3 or 4 of them, depending on what I feel like. You know, depends on how many. Sometimes I
Okay.
just do 3. If it's just me, it's 3. When Justin was
Okay.
here, I'd do 4.
All right.
And then I just vacuum seal them, throw them in there. Like right now, I've got pork chops in there froze. I've got a whole rotisserie chicken, half and half. I've got a couple of other things vacuum sealed in it. But I ran out of bags last night.
I only buy pork chops if they be enough for one meal. Can't deal with small pork chops.
Well, Joe, I think I'm going to call it and let you get ready to go.
There you go, $13, Paul. 8 inches by 50 feet and 11 inches by 50 feet.
And it's $13. You get them both?
$13.
Wow.
What are you thinking, Justin?
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here, Joe. Have a safe trip, and we'll see you again later.
Yeah,
Pack
I'll
it
be here
in.
later.
Okay.
See
Bye,
you.
everybody. Bye, Lance.